working for a living really sucks, but it keeps you alive. Anyway, how's everybody doing out there? This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, and I'm in the middle of block sanding a 1968 Mustang. We call it the Rustang over here. It's famous on my YouTube channels as the Rustang. It's a 68 fastback, and if you haven't seen those videos, you can watch them on this channel right here. Just look up how to restore a classic car at your house or some shit like that, and you'll see it. But anyway, we are actually at the point of no return. We're getting ready to paint it. I like to use hand sanding blocks when it comes to final paint. And when I hand sand, I like to be precise and I like to be accurate. That's the situation we have. Your paint job's only as good as your prep job, people. So I have a lot of videos on this YouTube channel, D.I.Y. Auto School, of block sanding and hand sanding and what blocks to use and what you shouldn't use, like Durablocks, for instance. I don't think for a finished product of a classic car restoration or anything that is above a collision repair, you should not use Durablock sanders. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. I think Durablock sanders are good for collision work and collision repair, but when it comes to precise block sanding, and I'm not just talking about primer, I'm talking about body work as well, you should use high quality block sanders.
Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
On to the situation now that we've caught up to what we're talking about. We're talking about hand sanding blocks. I came across this company. It's called Black Diamond Solutions, and they're in Olympia, Washington. The guy contacted me and he said, "My friend Pete, I saw your block sanding videos. I was wondering if you'd be interested in a set of my block sanders." And he started explaining to me this is basically a redesigned block sander of another block sander that was famous, and the guy that ran those block sanders, the guy that invented those block sanders, passed away and he's died and they don't sell them no more. Let me go get one of those and I'm going to show you one. Okay, I'm sorry about that interruption, people. The battery went dead on the camera. Today's Monday. Minnie had 7 people come in for U-Haul. The temperature went from 48 to 82. I had to change my shirt. It's hot. And it's been a very, very long, exhausting day so far. But anyway, let's get back to this review. We were talking about the Black Diamond Solutions, that's BDS, and we were at the point of this block right here, and these were some very popular blocks in the day. I gotta say, they were very popular. Now, this has a metal, this is like spring steel, okay? It's got a spring steel bottom, and it's very flexible. Now, on this particular block, you take these rods. In this particular block here, there would be 3 of them, and I brought one over here to show you. But you would take these rods, and that's how that would stiffen that up. So when you don't have any rods in it, it bends really, really nice, okay? It's really flexible. And then, depending on how much you want to flex your block, you would go ahead and put the rods in there, and then that would stiffen it up. Does that make any sense? All right, so I don't use these blocks all the time, but on a particular car like a Mustang or possibly maybe a 68 Cougar that's got round areas everywhere and contours, this is a block, this is the type of block that you'd want to use. Now, the main blocks that I always use is these three right here, all right? This is the brand I use, all right? This is an R&H product, and this is what I use for finish sanding. Whether it is Bondo, whether it is polyester primer, or possibly finish primer for paint, all right? These are the main blocks that I use. But once again, when we are working with a surface that has contours all over it, and I'm going to show you that, it's better to use a block like this. Now, these are very old, all right? I probably have these for probably 20 years, 18, 20 years. And they have served me very, very well. And they're still good blocks, don't get me wrong. But I'm the type of guy, I like to keep up on my equipment to make the job easier, efficient, and better. So once again, these are the blocks that I normally use right here, that style. And then when it comes to inside curves, I would use this dowel that's made by Durablock. And then that's the blocks I would use, that style. I would also use a couple hand blocks to fill in and to get small areas. So anyway, I came across this company here. It's called Black Diamond Solutions. And this guy that owns this company, he bought the rights to this design from the person that had them or whoever had them. Once again, the guy that designed these blocks and made these blocks and invented them, he passed away. He's passed away and he's gone, and you can't get these anymore. So these are very rare and hard to get a hold of. But hold on a second. Like I said, this guy right here, he actually makes these blocks. Now they're not identically exactly 100% authentically like this, but it's this design and style. And that's what this is about. We're going to check it out. I'm sorry for the long introduction. Let's get on with the review. Let's get on with the blocks from Black Diamond Solutions out in Olympia, Washington. And let's see what my friend Pete spent his money on today. So if we look at the box here, it's your typical brown box. Nicely packed, you might say. Shipped well. When I ordered these blocks, I got them within, I think I got them within 48 hours to my house or to my shop. Got them very, very quickly. So we're going to go ahead and open the box up, and I see that it's actually a box in a box. So we're going to go ahead and take the box out. I'm actually really excited about these, and I can feel the weight on these. This has a lot of weight to it. Now, I believe there's only 2 sanding blocks in here. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we got. And if we look right there, you can see these are very nicely packed. And it comes with, are these stickers, I would presume? I think these are stickers. And then it comes with this paper here. Let's go ahead and read this. I set out to recreate the best sanding block ever. It says a few notes about the blocks. Inserting the steel tension adjusting rods may be a little stiff at first. The blocks will relax and it will get easier to insert and remove the rods after a bit of time and use. The base where the sanding paper attaches is made of polycarbonate, which is 200x times stronger than glass and is nearly unbreakable. So he's talking about the bottom of it. Let's go ahead and take one out, and I can see that right there. And this thing's really got some weight to it. I'm saying that this block sander, let's get this one here. It actually weighs more than that sander there. It feels pretty comfortable in my hand, and it feels by the weight, and this is from experience, It's balanced really nice, and by the weight of the block itself, you won't have to do a lot of muscle sanding with it. You're going to let the sander do the work for you. Let's see here. The blocks are true and flat in their natural state. It is important to set them on a flat surface, base down when not in use. Store them the same way the box they came in is ideal for storing them so they remain true and flat. Let's go ahead and pull this off. And you can see the surface on this thing. It's flat as a pancake. And if we take it, I want to show you this. Watch real close. Look how that flexes. Even though that is some type of polycarbonate surface, the flexing of this is just, I mean, look at that. Can you see that? That's very, I'm telling you, this block, I wish you can feel the weight in this. So these are the rods, and let's go over these rods. It's got one big rod. You can see this one here is bigger than the other ones in diameter, and that rod would go in the center. All right, so I kind of see what he's talking about. It is a little bit hard to get in there. There it is. Okay, so we got the rod in there, and it's not really that hard. It's just, like he said, it's a brand new situation. So with all the rods in it, I see that it holds a true super flat surface. And then if we use two rods, you can see that it does bend. Do you see that? But it is a nice, firm, stiff bend instead of a sloppy, swiggly bend. And let me grab this block here. And this has got a lot of weight. Let me go ahead and show you this. This has got a lot of weight, but look at that. Look at the flex in that. That is just, that's unbelievable. Look at this. That's almost a circle. That would be awesome on a Volkswagen. So we don't have any rods in there yet. Now, we don't have any rods in this one either. And this is our AFS block. And this is really, look how stiff that is. And I'm really trying to bend it, believe me. I mean, it does curve. I'm sorry, I do have a rod in there. Let me take that out. Okay, so you can see, even by taking that rod out, you can see by the same pressure, and let me go ahead and get this one. Look at that. That's unbelievable. Look at this, people. Look at me twisting this, and look at this. I don't think I've ever seen a block like this, guys. I've never seen one where you can twist it and bend it like Play-Doh. So on this particular one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a rod in this one, because this is very flexible, which is, I mean, it's kind of a shock to me. But we're going to go ahead and put one in there and see what happens with one rod. And if we have to, we'll go ahead and put another two in there. But I think one's going to cut it. Okay, what we got here, we got a Mustang door. This is a 1968 Mustang. All the bodywork's been done to it. This is basically paint-ready primer. This will be our final sand job to get this thing into paint process. Now, what I like to do, once again, I like to hand sand everything. And by hand sanding it, it's going to accurately take the primer into that 100% perfect, what can I say, paint ready stage. We're going to see how accurate these are. Let me get, I already got a guide coat on this. I think you can see it in the camera. So I am going to block this out. Yeah, there's a low spot there. I missed. Wow. Okay, so let's take our block. Now I'm going to start on this particular run right here. I'm going to use this big large block that it comes with. I don't even know what size that is. I guess we can actually measure these and let you know what they are. The large block is actually 16 inches. That's a 16-inch block. And then the smaller block is a 8-inch. And I'm really excited about these blocks. Once again, the main thing I like about them so far is the weight. Okay, and it's balanced really nice. I mean, it's not making my arm tired. I can use that sander and I want to use the sander, so let's get some sandpaper on it. We're going to go ahead and use 180 grit. This is stick-on, and the block is heavy. I mean, you can see, I mean, you can hear the weight in it. Look at it. Okay, you can see that this is a heavy block. So let's go ahead and start sanding with this. Now, I do got one rod in it. Once again, this is a very flexible, all right, this is very flexible, and it's very, I mean, I'm kind of speechless on it. So let's go ahead and sand this down. Now, once again, there's a low spot right here, so let's see if this block catches that with accuracy. And I'm barely pushing, I'm not even really using any weight at all on it. The block itself is doing all the sanding. All I'm doing is guiding it with my hand. You can basically see that. And look how this thing is, I mean, it's just, I'm sanding it with ease. I'm not even, my arm's not even tired. These are actually really awesome blocks right here. And I'm going to show you, this is in real time, I'm going to show you what the weight of this block is doing. And as you see me sanding, I'm not even pushing down on it, I'm just guiding it. Just the weight of the block is really doing the job. I'm going to sand it with three fingers. I'm just going to sand it with 3 fingers. I want to show you this. Look at this. I'm just guiding the sanders, all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Now, once again, I want to let you know, I haven't even changed my sandpaper out yet, and look, it's covering the whole block. We're not just sanding in the middle or on the edge of it. The whole block is catching our panel. This is really something else. This is a very accurate and precise sanding. This is one of the best sanding blocks. I'm going to be honest with you. This is one of the best hand sand blocks that I've ever used. And this, my friend, is actually new technology. And I want you to look right in this area here. We can see a lot of action going on. We can see some deep scratches. We might have a low spot right in this area. Over here, there might be another low spot I'm looking at. Now, once again, we're using 180. I'm only using my hand. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm not using any pressure. Watch how this sands. This is very shocking that it sands this nice. All I'm doing is guiding this block. I'm just guiding the block. I'm not using any pressure whatsoever. I'm just guiding it. And you can see this is 2K filler primer, people. And look how this is just ripping it apart with 180 grit sandpaper. Unbelievable. I need your help. All right. So what I want to do now, and we're just testing this out, I'm showing you how these work and how you should use them properly, is I'm going to go ahead and take the 8-inch block and I'm going to do some blocking in an area that has a lot of imperfections in it, and we're going to blend that block sanding into the rest of the door. All right, we got Minnie, the body shop girl that just walked out. I got these brand new blocks, the ones I just bought, remember that?
Oh.
Okay, well let me go ahead and explain to you. When I get done with these, I want you to tell us what you think about them as I ask you questions, okay? Let me finish what I'm doing to show these people how they are. Go ahead and hold that. Tell me how does that feel?
Oh, it's heavy.
That's heavy, isn't it?
It is.
Come on over here and get that one there.
You put your paper right on there?
Yes, but go ahead and lift that one up.
Wow. It's got some weight.
Okay, let me ask you this. Would you rather use that block to sand with, or this block made of that material?
Well, this would do a lot more work.
Why would that be?
Because it's heavy.
Okay, which means what?
You have to do less work.
You have to, that's
do
right.
less work.
There you go. That's exactly what I was going to ask you.
This is going to work for you.
That's going to do all the work for you versus using a Durablock
That doesn't weigh
made out of foam. You're going to wear yourself out. Am I right?
Yes.
Now, I brought this out here because I got to get these inside curves. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But,
wow, these are really nice.
Yeah.
Looks like
So you're kind of shocked at the weight of this.
Yeah, I am.
I've never had any blocks that weighed this much. I mean, how much would you say that weighs? Would you say that's at least 6 pounds?
No.
5? 4?
A couple pounds, probably.
About 2.5, 3 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one here would be about 1.5 pounds.
Maybe a pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're heavy. They're really awesome.
Yeah.
That's gonna tell me, not even using them, is telling me this is gonna work for me.
Yeah.
It's really gonna work for me.
Okay, so we got this block here. This is our 8-inch. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and use my 180. And normally what I would do to start this block sanding off on this, I would literally scuff it down with 80 grit, then move to 180.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, and we always use the 80 grit first, just.
I always do that just to bust the glaze off of the primer.
Yeah. But with that,
With this, the heaviness of this, you don't need it.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of area right in here. If you can focus on this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to block this area. I'm going to blend my block in, but I'm not going to be pushing on the block. I'm going to let the block do all the work. And the reason I'm using this one versus the big one is because this one will actually get more accurate in this area right here than using the big one, if that makes any sense. I think that this will work a lot. And look what it's doing here. You can see there's a little bit of a low spot. Okay, look at the low spot where the black is. Okay, but we're going to keep sanding and see if we can get rid of that low spot. And this is what's good about a heavy block. A heavy block is going to show you all the imperfections that a lightweight block can't do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm still working on this one area and I'm blending my sanding in just like you should do. And you can see, look at here, you can see the low spot is going away. And that's what we want. Now another thing I was telling everybody, look, it covers the whole surface. A lot of these blocks that you buy will not cover the whole surface.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and sand it a little bit more. Once again, I'm not really pushing on it. I'm letting the block do the work. Okay, you can see that. Look at my hand. And it's just amazing.
I really like the grip on that.
Yeah. Feel that grip, how nice and soft and rubber it is.
It is. It's soft.
Uh-huh.
For our old hands, man.
Yeah. The contour's perfect.
Yeah.
And once again, like I said, why don't you do a little sanding and see what you think about it. Okay, so Minnie, the body shop girl, is going to go ahead and, do you want to clean your paper off with your broom there? Go ahead and clean that off. And then I'm going to have her sand this area a little bit more. Now, I don't want you using any pressure, because you're not really a block sander person like I am.
No.
So,
Oh, wow.
how's that feeling to you right there?
What a difference.
Yeah.
What a difference.
Yeah, these blocks are well worth the money. They are
Oh, my gosh.
very accurate. Look where this was a high spot right here. This is actually Bondo. And let me take my hand and rub that. It feels like there's a low spot here, so can you sand that down a little bit and kind of work that out for me? Yeah. And I mean, the accuracy of these blocks, that's what really counts on them. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah,
Is it gone?
just about.
But it's like I said, you don't even really need to use any force on them. It's just the sanding alone that's doing the trick for us.
Wow. I really like this spot.
Yeah, those blocks are really nice.
Yeah, this thing is freaking awesome. I didn't know you were buying. I knew you were buying new blocks, but I hadn't seen them. Man,
Black diamond.
I like the hold. That's what I
like
really
the contour. I like the way it fits in your hand. And what really counts, once again, is the weight.
The ergonomics of it is,
And the weight of that block
perfect.
really
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing. So
Yeah.
by block sanding with these blocks, and look at the weight. Now listen to this. Look at that.
Watch, you'll dent it. Man, these things are really nice.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Okay, this is that one. All right. Now listen to the difference. Did you hear that? Watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you're sitting down on this. I paid $150 for these.
Worth every penny.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're looking for a block sander, that it's going to be the best block sander you ever used. And I'm not cutting these down. I love these block sanders. I use these on bodywork. For finish sanding, I'm going to tell you right now, if you want a glass mirror finish with razor sharp straight lines, Black Diamond's the way to go for your finish. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, taking the Black Diamond and sanding it to perfection right there. Okay, we are back with our Black Diamond blocks. Now I'm going to do something with my block that I will not be doing. I just want to do this as a demonstration. So we got our filler applied to our door where the low spot is, and I notice it's still a little low in there, so I'm going to probably have to add more filler. But what I did, I went ahead and put 36 grit on here, you can see that, and I just wanted to do a test trial to see how it does if you wanted to use it for blocking Bondo out and the body filler. So the only reason I'm doing this is to give it a test trial to see how it does using it on body filler / aka Bondo. And let's go ahead and get her done. So I got 36 grit. I just put some Bondo on my door. There's a low spot here. The spot is still low. I thought I filled it in and feathered out, but obviously I didn't. I can actually feel it. I did put a lot of filler on here, so hopefully we might be able to break that filler down and get it to where it'll all feather out. Let's go ahead and get on it and see what it does. Now, I'm doing the same thing as before. I'm not using any pressure. I'm just block sanding it and guiding the tool, letting the tool do the work. And it's breaking it down very, very quickly. You can see this in front of your eyes. You can see this breaking down. It is a little bit harder to use on body filler than it is on primer, but it seems to be blocking very nicely. And to be honest with you, by using the accuracy of this sander, I don't think I'm going to have to put any more filler on this area like I was thinking. Normally, this is the block that I would use on this type of repair right here. I would take this block just like this, and then I would block it like that. But by using this block, I'm actually putting force on it to get it to work. By using this block with the weight that it has, I'm just guiding the block to do the work for me. I mean, you can see it disappearing before your eyes. So I went ahead and changed that over to 80 grit. Let's go ahead, and you can see I'm barely pushing the block using my fingers. And it's just really working the body filler, the Bondo. Look at this. You can literally see it flying off of the panel. You can see it going. Hello. Look at that. Once again, I won't be using these to do body work with. These will be finish sanders only. When I say finish sanders, I'm talking about finish as in paint ready finish sanding. I will be using these blocks on the body of the car, the whole body of the car, and I think they're going to work out awesome. I think they're going to be a beautiful situation. So we'll be treating these like the Lamborghinis of block sanders. I'm very excited about these. I love these blocks, and I think these are the blocks for my friend Pete to get the job done right and do the job the right way. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, telling you that these blocks are a keeper. Check them out online, Black Diamond. That's called Black Diamond. Check them out. I think you're gonna like them. My personal opinion, they're the most awesome finish sander I ever used, but if you need to use them on bodywork, you can see it did a beautiful job. Look how that feathered out. Take it easy.